Tired of the same old breakfast? We got you. Because here, we believe breakfast should be fun. Spacey's all-day breakfast menu. Food so good, it's out of this world.
He starts to tell you about himself. He is an advanced student of xenoarchaeology, and he has collaborated with members of the Starfinder Society before, so he's like super excited to take you guys where you need to go and figure out what information you have brought to the university. The first thing that he does is he hails a robo-taxi. A robo-taxi is exactly like a taxi, except it doesn't have a driver. It's a driverless taxi that will run you through the streets of Kabara and into the university. As the taxi wends its way deeper into the city, trees give way to elegant towers of carbon fiber, glass, and steel, each artistically sculpted to create a stunning forest of dazzling skyscrapers. The Kabara University of Xenoarchaeology and Xenoanthropology is just north of the downtown commercial district and consists of about 10 buildings scattered over a campus of groomed lawns and gardens. Eventually,
I feel like it's like one of those things where we didn't see the there's too many canopies when we're flying over, so we can't see all the stuff underneath it. Like I'm just getting flashbacks to when I worked in travel, and you like couldn't see, like palatial paths and stores and stuff like that underneath trees when you're flying overhead. So yeah,
pretty much.
You did a really good job painting that mental picture. So yeah.
Well, they wrote it in the book like that. So
okay.
So while you guys are driving over there, he wants to talk to you about the thing that you're bringing, which is the writings from the Drift Rock. He doesn't know that though. Okay. He just sort of like very innocently starts like poking you guys with questions like so how. What are you bringing here? What sorts of thing were you doing before this? Like, are you going to go into the jungle? Stuff like that. What kind of stuff do you want to tell him about what you're doing there, why you're there, and what you were doing before?
I'm really interested in whatever libraries that I might have access to. Again, I'm just really fascinated about whatever. I would think like there'd be something really hyper specific that Raj would be into about Lashunta culture with regards to technomancy, and that's what I want to make. Yeah, I'm really interested in that.
So he tells you that once you guys get to the university, this particular university is more about the history of aliens. Not aliens as in like the history of the species of the galaxy, not necessarily Lashunta or technomancy in general, but he's sure that he could find something for you that could lead you in a direction that you could go to probably research things at a different university. But for now, they're probably going to be mostly focused on xenoarchaeology and xenoanthropology, which is anthropopology. Hi guys, my name is Anthropopology.
Anthropopodopoulos. Okay, gotcha.
Anthropopachans. So yeah, so he asks you guys like what is like your main. He doesn't really know anything about why you guys are here. He just knows that you guys are here. He asks you guys about like what your main goal at the university is.
Well, I told him.
I'm a little frustrated by the racist guy at the dock, so I'm a little cagier than usual. 'Cause I don't like being called Bugman by these. They think they're so fancy because they got people eyes and they don't have vestigial torso limbs. Whatever. You got antennas. You're a bug. I can see through you. You're not better than me.
He apologizes, but he doesn't really know what to say to you. I'm sorry, that's...
Zip, don't worry about it. This whole planet comes from a culture of oppression. It's still working its way out.
he's like,
What?
sure, it could seem that way to a Vesk, but I don't really know if the Vesk have much room to. But
Even on Vesk, we never had anything as evil as the Mind Envoy.
and he gets like real quiet for a second, and he's gonna make a culture check to see if he knows what the fuck you're talking about. And it's a high DC. I'm gonna say it's 25 because he's gonna get a +8.
Not a super popular book.
Right. Well, it is, but you said it's a YA novel, right?
Young adult. Yep.
So the chances that he has read it are very low. So he needs to make a
You're just
25.
Or he would get a deep cut reference like.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really what it is. Is that like? Do you guys remember the name of the guy who like came to Earth and led the Animorphs? Fuck no.
Yeah, like I could name a lot of things from the Hunger Games, but if I dropped like a comment, what's the president's name? Snow? No one's gonna remember that.
So yeah,
Where's
he
the
does
planet
not. He doesn't. He's like, I'm not familiar with that. Didn't you guys have something that you wanted to bring?
We
Wasn't
made
that
we made a space discovery, and we need some books to learn how to read.
Oh well, this is the place that you want to be. Once we.
You said that in the most like evenly keeled plain language way that like like I don't know if you intentionally above the table, I don't know if you intentionally, but that's like that's exactly what we need to talk about. Yeah. Like that makes total sense. Like we don't know how to read this thing, that's why we're here. Yeah.
So he asks to see it.
So one, I don't know how.
You guys can
would,
you can do a vibe check if you want. You can do a sense motive.
I would absolutely love to do a sense motive, and this time actually use like my character's abilities, because that's like what I'm supposed to do as an envoy. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have expertise, so I can roll 1d6 to add on to my sense motive checks.
Okay. You should do that.
I will do that now. Fucking, I don't know where the sense motive button is.
It's right above stealth.
Stealthy says. Well,
Okay,
unfortunately, I knocked it out of the park.
Yep. You can tell. You can tell that he is just really excited about books and language and shit. That he just is very interested in what you guys have come here for. He doesn't know what it is. He isn't like. It's not subterfuge. He just wants to check it out.
Cool. I'm still not okay. So, sort of over the table question. I don't really understand what it like physically what we have, because I thought it was like a shit ton of.
It's data, isn't it?
It's just like I thought we had like a billion PDFs that we ripped off a computer.
That's
It's data that we can't parse.
It's a copy of a lot of a billion PDFs that you can't read is pretty close to what it actually is. It's in a language that you guys don't understand. You guys copied a lot of the data from the terminals when you guys were in the Drift Rock. You did get some answers as to what that stuff specifically said. A lot of it looked like it was controls for like a subsystem of a bigger system, but you guys couldn't really figure out what it was, so you decided to take these. I'm sorry. So when you gave it to Chiskus, they translated some of it and cross-referenced it with all of the Starfinder Society stuff, and they found that the only other time anyone has ever found anything that looked like this language was that rogue explorer who came to Castrovel and like fucked everything up because he's being a dickhead.
Right.
This university confiscated all of his notes, and he wasn't allowed to release any of it. So that's why you guys are here.
Right. So I guess my point, is that I don't know if, should I be worried about, there being lots of duplicates of this information out there? Or is it just, fucking a book that anybody could have? It's not important.
It's
if I gave Wayloss a billion PDFs, is that cool?
I mean, yeah, he wouldn't know what to do with them. He like that.
Okay,
it would be fine.
I would just give him a few.
Yeah, what I expected you was for you to hand him your data pad and be like,
Okay.
"We found a bunch of these," and he
Look at
he
what
looks
I
at
got.
it and goes, "I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what any of this is. I don't know what any of that is. This is crazy. That's wild.
That's crazy.
Y'all
That's
nuts."
crazy.
And he says he doesn't have the sort of linguistic background that would be needed to really point you guys in the direction of where you need to go. What he does say is that he offers to introduce you guys to Professor Muhali, who is the head of the linguistic anthropology department.
We'll get there one day.
It's actually
Holly
it's
of anthropology. I got it. Okay.
anthropomorphic college. Everything just has eyes and a mouth, the whole nine.
It's all very Banjo-Kazooie in there.
This is the
Professor's
study of
carrot.
the anamorphology. It's about people who change into animals. Okay. So you guys pull up to the entrance to the university. The university is enormous. It is like every college campus that you've ever been to. It looks amazing. It makes you think that this is going to be your life forever. Everything's clean and big and bright and shiny. And you're like, this is great. I love... as soon as you get out of the car, you're like, I love being here. As you walk into the reception area, Wayloss is leading you in, and you guys can see that there is a very large crowd of people around the receptionist area. The receptionist is the person that you have to talk to get in contact with Professor Muhali, who is the linguistics person that you're supposed to see. Unfortunately, Wayloss can't do anything without talking to the receptionist to get you to Professor Muhali. This crowd around the receptionist is badgering this person over and over again. Wayloss doesn't seem to know what's going on, but all of the journalists, you can tell that they're journalists because they're doing shitty journalist things, are demanding to speak to some sort of representative about some event that happened in accordance with some speech that was given, and they're all badgering this receptionist, trying to get the receptionist to get somebody to come down to talk to them.
Just imagine a lot of people with the little press card in their hats.
Yeah.
One guy with a lot of powder that's just lighting up and taking pictures.
And you can tell that the receptionist is in over their head. This is not what they do. They are desperately trying to keep a mob from forming as they try to get these people to calm down and go away.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna holoskin to look like a Lashunta, and then I'm gonna pretend to be a representative and just sort of freestyle a story about whatever they want to hear.
Dude.
I have no input. I have no constructive I'm not the. I
That's
can't.
what we're gonna
Yeah.
fucking do.
What he's trying to say is this is the perfect plan. No
This is
notes.
the perfect
Yeah.
plan. It's very rare that in a book like this, they're like, the PCs might try to do this or this, and the PCs actually pick one of the things.
Do nothing is one. Yeah.
We wait patiently in line.
You could do that, or you could impersonate. You can impersonate the guy. You could try to disperse the crowd yourself. You could try to push through to talk to the receptionist. You could do any number of things.
Either none of these things are things my character is.
See, I
capable of
disagree.
doing.
I feel like these are our three characters.
I was gonna say, push through. I'm there.
Pax is push through. I'm impersonate, and you're wait patiently
Wait,
in line,
yeah.
like a good bureaucrat. Clearly, we need to be in the queue.
The system will get to me eventually.
So do you guys just want to wait in line?
No,
Or do
I
you
want
wanna
to
impersonate the guy?
hollow skin.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. So what do you want to make yourself? You want to make yourself look like a Lashunta.
Right.
The hollow skin requires you to make a disguise check.
Let me throw it in the thingy. Yes. I think.
Yes.
Beep, boop, boop, beep. Okay.
You can disguise major features, race, or creature without the DC of your disguise check increasing, except against perception check that involves physical. Okay, so I think the way we do that is there is a DC set for disguising, and it is going to be nope. Skills. It's in skills. Skills, baby.
Bills, baby.
Disguise. Change appearance. Okay. Let me read. I was supposed to make your disguise check in secret.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's weird. So you don't know how good it is.
Oh, okay. Well, I still don't, so.
So basically the way this works is you make a disguise check, and then everybody else makes perception checks at you while they're talking to you.
This is fine.
I'm just
Okay.
imagining it's like
This will go good, actually.
Yeah,
you have the disguise to hide the fact that you're a social media guy. Like that's kind of funny. No, it's not me. I'm not Logan Paul. Please.
No, it's
Hey, I'm
know
Cooper
more
Trooper
about
420. Okay, so you effectively disguise yourself. You look like a Lashunta in a scientist outfit. As soon as you do it, it's like Wayloss like looks at you, and he leans over and he whispers like, are you familiar with our university? Because this seems like a very bad idea.
Oh. Just you wait. It's gonna get worse.
So what do you say to get the crowd to turn around and look at you?
Excuse me, everyone. If you would come this way, I can answer any and all questions you have. If you would just please stop harassing my coworker at the desk, please. Thank you.
Sick. Make a diplomacy check.
Great, I would love to, and I'm also going to actually remember that. Okay, so here's my new bug tech.
Okay.
And by bug tech I mean envoy tech. So, I have skill expertise in diplomacy. So that gives me the 1d6 situation that I can add to my diplomacy checks. But I just picked up this new thing called Slick Customer, which lets me roll my diplomacy checks and then determine after I roll whether I want to add the 1d6 or re-roll.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
a certain number of expertise dice a day, or is it just whenever?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
That's a really cool.
I think it's just because it is only diplomacy that I can do this on right now. Or has your, yeah. I couldn't find anything in expertise itself about like a number per day.
Well, then I would say
per
that you
die.
can like do it all the time.
Shit,
Yeah.
at 9th level, you can re-roll for a resolve point.
Yes.
That's disgusting.
I was like looking at all my feats and stuff, and I was just like, I don't know what to do. And I saw this, and I was like, I know what to do.
Yeah, so you have to have one resolve point to use it, but you can use it as much as you want. Yeah. So that little thing that you said, it was perfection. They turn around and they don't even ask your name. They just immediately run over to you, and clearly, you are someone who is someone at this university who would know something about the thing, and they immediately start asking you questions. The first one that gets up to you runs up to you, and they put their microphone on their face, and they say, "What do you think about the controversial statements made by Dr. Alabeans 21-2?"
Pax puts a hand on the person's chest and just moves them back a little bit from not Zib, but Zib.
Okay. Yeah, great.
I'm also trying to like gesture at Horatio to like head and Shepard and everyone to like head towards the desk because I don't know how long this is gonna work out.
I just like walk over. I just like look over at look over at Pax and Bev, and I just like see that queue, and then I just walk over to the woman.
Yeah, the queue is now empty.
Yeah. I don't know what to say to this person. I just say, we are from the Starfinder Society.
So you go over with Wayloss, and they and the receptionist. The receptionist says to Horatio, like thank you for doing that. I can't really help you guys until these people leave. I need these people to leave, and if I don't get them to leave, I can't really do anything for you. So they need to leave. So if you can get them, I need you guys to get them out of here.
I think my companions are dealing with these reporters in a succinct manner.
So while you guys are talking, Zib, what do you say in response to the question that they asked you? The question was, do you have a statement to make about the controversial statements that were made last night during the speech of Dr. Alabeans 21-2 concerning the Formian and Lashunta wars?
I currently do not have a statement on the comments on behalf of the university, but I think that I, as an individual, can agree with all of you that there were controversial statements made, certainly. And if you would like to walk with me, please, I would answer your questions further over outside. I need air.
Okay, make a diplomacy check.
Great.
The DC for these is real fucking low because you're crushing it. Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
I think even if you rolled a 1, I think you'd be making it. They're
Like,
gonna.
So.
Pax is gonna start physically moving these people outside.
Yeah, good. Make an intimidate check.
20.
The most stressful situation these people have ever been in.
Yeah. So Pax starts to just kind of, instead of using his arms to like wave them forward, he just kind of like does that thing where he knows that he's next to you, so he just kind of moves up a little bit and then moves up a little bit and just kind of like brushes up against everybody. And as Zib walks away, without even really realizing it, this crowd follows Zib and is allowing themselves to be pushed outside by Paxturo. Wayloss has opened the front door again and is ushering you guys out to the outside. Horatio, you are standing at the counter with Shepard and Jit.
I just point, I looking at the woman. I just kind of point at the people leaving, It's like C. So,
Yeah. She's like, wow, that was amazing. Okay. Sure. What can I do for you?
I think I don't know what to do with my hands.
Are you?
we have information that we have information that needs to be we need to research data that we don't really know what to do with this information. And
So,
it's linguistics that we don't understand. Yeah.
You're trying to explain this to her, and Waylos closes the door and runs over to you guys. And he leans over the couch. He leans over and he says, "They need to see Professor Mohali as soon as possible." And he runs back to the crowd outside with Zib and Pax. The person says, "Well, since you've done such a great job getting rid of all these fucking people that I want to talk to, I am going to." And she starts like rearranging things. Like, you ever see that bit where the people who work at the airport, they try to get you a different ticket, but they try to do it on like 8 different flights?
Mm-hmm.
No? Am I the only one? Cool. All right.
No. I used to work in travel, dude. I totally know what that is. Yeah.
So she hits a bunch of buttons, and then she suddenly says, "Okay, I got you an appointment for this afternoon. It'll be in about an hour. I'll have Waylos take you upstairs, I guess." She was busy, but suddenly something opened up. Isn't that crazy?
Thank you.
That is crazy.
Zip Beverage.
Ha 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 ha.
Another journalist leans in and says, "Are there any plans to remove the tentative tenureship of Dr. Alabian's 21-2 over the statements made about the Formian Lashunta wars last night?"
We have, as an organization, have not come to a conclusion on the tenure of the Doctor, and we will be reconvening this evening to discuss the matters further, but as of this time, I have no further information on the Doctor or the events. I hope this has been very enlightening for all of you. I've unfortunately run out of time, and I jump into Pax's arms.
And I back through the door, close it, and then put the stick that's actually a sword through the handles.
Is it your sword?
Yeah, I brought the longsword in. I just turned it into a walking stick.
Okay.
How many checks do I need?
I guess none. Yeah. I mean, you did it. That's fine. That was, what an amazing way to handle that. And then you can see that the receptionist inside is just like,
Oh, thank you. Zip Beverage, I'll be here as long as it takes.
Max does not put Zib down, just walks over to the desk.
I turn the hollow skin off though. I have experienced such like fine, like I have a lot of. I'm like really worked up about my bug identity after experiencing a microaggression on the landing pad and having to disguise myself as a Lashunta.
You're about to do like a real like heart-to-heart vlog about it. Like, guys, I experienced for the very first time discrimination.
It's a very real thing.
hold on one second.
Before.
I like that your bit is like saying bug all the time, and we call you bug all the time. But this
was a stranger.
That's his word. That's their word.
Yeah.
Okay, so Waylos takes you upstairs and leads you to Professor Mohali's office. Waylos introduces you, sort of like the lords and ladies at a party. He introduces you to the room, opens the door, ushers you in, and then closes the door, and does not enter with you. At the desk,
This has happened to us before.
you see a
I as soon as Pax says that, I like get immediately nervous. I don't want to kill people.
Oh god, it's the Downside Kings. They're here too. Fucking Downside Kings followed us.
That would be amazing. But no. This office is clean, roomy, and orderly. The large desk stands imposingly before a broad window that offers a charming view of a nearby park, and a small table in one corner has a quartet of chairs arranged evenly around it. Near the door is a wide examination table covered with broken fragments of stone, many of which bear incomplete words or letters written in a spiraling text. Several tiny fountains throughout the room burble soothingly and shimmer with soft light. And standing in the room is a female Lashunta whose name is Professor Muhali. She turns around and approaches you guys, and looks like she's kind of she looks like she's kind of at the end of her rope. Like she looks like she's having a very long day, and leads you guys over to her desk and sits down and says very frankly, very matter-of-factly, "Who are you guys? What do you want?"
Side note, I'm just imagining Megan Mullally as a Lashunta.
I don't know who that is.
She was the best friend on Will and Grace, and she's married to Nick Offerman. She's married to Nick Offerman. She's also one of Ron Swanson's wives on Parks and Rec.
I get who you mean, I think.
Yeah, she's a comedian
The
and
nasally
improviser.
voice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
No
anyway.
idea.
She was on Party Down. Sorry.
You get it yet?
He pulled stuff out.
So Mohali is like sitting in front of her computer, trying to talk to you, but still like vigorously typing. But she asks specifically, "Who are you? What do you want?"
Hi, I'm Zib Beveridge. We're from, these are my compatriots, and we're from the Starfinder Society, and we've got some ancient, possibly alien languages we need deciphered that we found in space.
Exactly. I'm getting a real life anxiety of like when I had to talk to professors in real life in college again.
Sure. So she takes the tablet that you handed her a tablet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. She takes the tablet and she goes and she looks at it and she goes, "Hey," she goes, "I know you're from. I was expecting you guys to come. I've been waiting, but I literally cannot help you right now. I have sort of a crisis happening. It's not like a life or death crisis.
Oh,
it's
is
like
it doctor? You have a doctor who said something.
We have a doctor who said some things, and let me tell you, it's not going well.
Yeah.
I am literally physically unable to help you because of the amount of time that I have spent trying not to get our university burned down, basically. We're in a very tough spot.
Literally,
we're having a
figuratively.
PR nightmare, and
Okay.
I don't know what to do about it. So, for right now, welcome to Castrovel. Cannot help you.
Great. I guess this is. I can just kill him. Okay. Let's find a way to help you out then, because that's what.
So she tells you that the doctor, whose name is Dr. Alabians 21-2, gave a rather incendiary public lecture last night in which he examined a war from nearly a millennium ago and used the cultural fallout from it to rationalize the genocide of the Formian species. Even before the Lashunta city-states and Formian colonies signed peace accords 30 years ago, such brutal conclusions would have been dismissed. Now he is fomenting hate crimes under the guise of pure logic and anthropology. This is not what the university stands for, but it's what the public now believes. I've placed him on academic leave and restricted his access to university resources until we can clean this up.
Well, we should really hear him out because I'm a big
This almost
proponent
happened. This almost happened to Drexel.
Yeah. I'm a big proponent of hearing both sides of the situation.
He sounds like he might have been a mind envoy. We wouldn't want to work with him.
You and the
okay,
He's the
hold on.
mind envoy.
Hold on, she's gonna make it.
I start. Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
She gets a plus 13. She has to roll a 25. She does not. Okay.
You see, there are two sides in a major conflict, the mind envoys and the free minders. The mind envoys were trying to genocide the free minders, anyone with telepathic powers. He sounds like a mind envoy.
She's gonna roll again because you gave her more information.
Yeah, that's fine.
Still, no idea what you're talking about. Let me
See, now
read something.
in my head, it's because he misunderstood the story. It's not that people don't know it; just Pax has it wrong.
So Lashuntas, can they? Okay, so Lashuntas can talk telepathically in the same way that Sheeran can. Okay.
Because
Um,
we're all just bugs. I don't know why the guy at the docks was so weird about it.
So she's trying to field multiple sources of information at once. Multiple people having some sort of emotional breakdown. She just doesn't realize that Pax is having an emotional breakdown, and finally seeing something that is not possibly true. So she decides to turn to Horatio, who seems to be the one very just, you've offered to help, so she says, what the university needs right now is to smooth this over quickly, and Alabean's 21-2 is not listening to anything I say. He has not quite violated enough protocols to be dismissed. Firing him would otherwise be good for optics. I think the media would settle for a public apology. If you can convince him to do that, I should be able to handle the rest. So basically, she wants you to go convince this guy to apologize for saying that the genocide that was inflicted on the Formian species by the Lashunta was justified.
Would it be okay if he just resigned?
I don't know why you don't fire him. They fired the guy at Drexel. He said the thing about white genocide. So
Jesus.
that was a funny.
So
time.
yeah, so she says, well, I don't know about that. I mean, I guess, but I think like the easiest thing to do would be a formal apology. See, he's not going to want to resign. See, he's very close to getting tenure. So if he resigns, he's not going to get tenure.
Well,
And that's what
wrong.
everybody wants, right? So him resigning is probably not going to happen. But if you could get him to apologize, I could do the legwork to make the rest of it acceptable.
Cool.
Tell us where he lives and we'll get him to apologize.
I have
know
another
he's
idea.
that sounded. He's just. That's just how he sounds.
Yeah.
I have an idea, or I don't want to say it. I just look at Zib and I'm like, I have an idea.
Great. I love ideas.
No, come here.
Okay, I lean in. If only you
So,
could speak telepathy.
yeah. So, Sam, you can 1-to-1 him if you want.
Yeah. It's like, okay. I don't maybe fully understand how that works, but yeah, I'd beam in to the brain channel.
Can you just do what you did outside?
Do what I did outside to one man.
No, just disguise yourself as that guy.
Oh shit! That sounds much harder, but I could, I guess. I
No,
feel like
I'm
that opens up a lot of plot holes. When he doesn't
I'm just
want to apologize.
I'm just trying to think like you and Pax. I guess I don't.
I like where your head's at. I just
Yeah, so
I don't know what happens.
Yeah,
it seemed to work
after
really
that.
well with a lot of you. It seemed to work really well with like a lot of people, and this is just one person that you're.
it worked really well against a lot of people who don't work here.
So wait, do you want me to apologize as him, or like
Yes.
visit him like the ghost of Christmas present?
Just look like the guy, and then just make the apology.
I mean, I just don't know what happens when he, the next day or moments later, is like, that ain't me.
Well, that's our problem.
That is certainly an option.
Rosh just break into his Twitter and make him apologize on it.
I will say that disguising yourself as a random person and disguising yourself as a specific person are much harder.
And I only rolled a 13.
Right.
Let's keep that one in the back pocket. I like where your
Okay.
head's at.
Okay.
It does sound fun, but I don't want to end up... I assume they have jails here. It seems
No,
so
it's just-
pretty. The jails
that's a-
must be nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a good point. You make a good point. I don't know. Just that's why you're the team leader. You know.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Hey, it's me, the leader. Okay. So
Anyways, the
she
bug that wears
offers-
the crown.
Muhali offers to help you guys with the drift rock and the writing, the stuff on your data pad. If you manage to help her with Muhali, or help her with Dr. Alabian's 21-2.
Absolutely, we'll take care of him.
Again.
She's like, yeah, don't kill him. Jeez, no,
it's
we
just,
don't-
it's a, yeah, he didn't mean it as a figure of speech. He meant it as like a...
Did I say we would kill him?
No, okay, no, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm having a long day. And she like goes back to like furiously typing and then like looking at you and then typing and then looking at you, and says that his office is down the hall and around the corner.
If he's dead, he couldn't apologize. That wouldn't make any sense. We'll just hurt him.
Axe.
And that also seems like a salute. Oh.
Ratio! What would your mother think?
So you guys leave the office of Professor Muhali, and you walk down and around the corner, and you walk into another office. Dr. Muhali's office was very organized, very orderly, very clean. You walk into Dr. Alabian's 21-2's office. Dust, debris, and discarded papers litter the floor of this disorganized office. A single chair stands in the corner, and the desks and shelves are crowded with books, scrolls, statuettes, and loose computer hardware.
Ugh.
In front of you, sort of floating over top of all of the shit that's all over the floor, is this guy. This is Dr. Alabian's 21-2. He is a contemplative. And is floating around the room kind of desperately.
That makes sense.
Trying to access his computer, but he like keeps like. So he is the brain man. The brain man cometh.
Mm-hmm.
But he's immediately like he turns to you and he says, "Hello. What are you doing in my office?"
For context, how big is this brain, man? Because
Hold
like
on.
in my head, this is a pixie with a big brain.
He is a medium monstrous humanoid, so he is probably a little bit smaller than he's probably like big dwarf size, and he floats. He's probably
Okay.
like 4.5 feet tall, and he floats.
Yeah, like they're like mediums. They're like eye level to typical humans, but because they're floating. But then
Got it.
they're wider because of brain.
Brain,
His
yeah,
brain, yeah. That
because
makes sense.
they got all that brain. He says, "Hello, who are you?"
Brain.
Everybody, roll a diplomacy check.
Gets called a bug, immediately calls dude brain.
I can't. I've never seen this before.
Oh my gosh, I have a 1 in diplomacy, so
Yeah.
that was a bomb ass roll for me.
Yeah, so you're not staring, but all of you are staring. Pax
I have segmented
is
eyes.
not
You can't
hiding.
tell where I'm looking.
Well,
Somehow you
yeah,
can.
but you can. Axe's emotions are not very well hidden, as he just kind of puts it like this, and he says, "Okay, I'm a brain guy now. So, what do you want? I'm a brain. Brain. Very funny.
You're a brain guy now. You were something before this?
I'm always a brain guy." And as he does that, he like slams his tiny little hands on the counter.
No need to be upset. Let's all just use our heads.
Oh my god, we're all dead.
Uh,
This is such a bad way to start this
roll.
diplomacy interaction.
Yeah, roll
You know,
another diplomacy check.
Pax is not hiding it. Pax isn't hiding it. He's very proud of himself. That's a big smile on his part.
Ask him about the mind flake, the mind melter.
My den boy?
This guy,
No.
he's definitely...
Yeah.
This guy is,
Pax,
anyone's
Pax,
a mind envelope.
make a diplomacy check. Okay. He didn't get it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Oh my
he just that one. It just missed him. So I was like, yes, that's correct. Let's use our heads. Everybody, sit down. Why are you here? Are you here to help me or what?
Yeah, I think we can all help each other with the predicament that you find yourself in, Doctor. Right. I just heard my cat meowing and I didn't know where he was, and he's like in the middle of my standing desk, and now he's just sort of trying to fight me from
No.
at belly level.
I found your weak point.
Usually it is I who rubs your belly, but now.
Real quick, everybody make a culture check.
God.
That's appropriate.
Wow.
Zero.
Sorry,
Okay.
I keep closing my character sheet.
We know nothing about big brain culture.
Nope. Yeah, you guys know nothing about big brain culture. All right. Blah 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 blah. So as you guys like walk into this room to sit down at the table, the entire floor is covered in books and just stuff, to the point where as you guys are walking on it, you can hear the crunching of the refuse underneath your feet, because he floats. He just throws shit around, and he doesn't ever have to walk. So he doesn't give a shit about what his floor looks like. So the whole room is just not nasty, but it's dusty, it's disorganized, it's not very nice. So what do you guys want to ask? Alep.
So, first question. Where do I look? Do I look at your brain or the little man you're holding?
I fucking know, dude. What the fuck did you ask me that?
Look at it. He's like holding a little dude, like a little dude doll. I can't tell where the brain's actually coming out of.
Okay, so that little dude doll is not something that he's actually holding in front of his face.
Okay, I thought that was the full alien.
No, I did too, but there's another picture of them in this in the other book, and they don't have that. So he says, oh, this. I'm sorry, I wasn't playing with it. And he puts it down, and you realize that it was just like an ancient stone idol that he was just looking at. And you can see like two little like pulsing flashlights on the front of his brain pulse and look at you. And he goes, look here.
We're right there.
Oh,
Got it.
okay. Great.
So, how are you going to get me out of this?
Well, I just turned to Bev. I'm
Well,
like,
I could.
just turn into him. Just
Horatio, Horatio, we're gonna have a talk after this one. Sir, Doctor, Professor, Doctor. I think that in these situations, it's best to remember to be humble and think of the bigger picture and the people around us, and that maybe an apology is the best way to open a larger conversation.
Make a diplomacy check.
I would love to do that all the time.
Okay.
I can make it better if you want.
Would you like to make it better?
Which, I don't know, how is this hard?
I think you're probably safe with a 21, but
He's going to make a... Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're good. I had to read ahead to figure out, So, he says, I've already opened a larger conversation. I have shown that the Formians, the genocide that was committed against the Formians was, in fact, morally irrelevant and was the pinnacle of logic and reason at the time. The Lashunta did nothing wrong.
Just like Big Boss.
everybody's mad at you.
They're mad because they don't understand. They're mad at me because they can't comprehend my greatness.
Oh, I get it. You're like a logic and reasons guy and not like a touchy-feely
Of course.
Emotions guy.
I'm the pinnacle of logic and reason. That is how I came to this conclusion.
That's why it's not like a big heart. I understand.
Well, I think I can relate to him, if that's the case. Then.
Great.
Well, I turned to Beverage and I'm like, well, that's why we should listen to both sides of the argument, and that's why logic and reason's more important. So
my segmented eyes roll in the back of my head.
So your message is that it was okay for one side to genocide the other?
Basically, yes.
So what you're saying is that violence is an answer to a problem if you get your way. Now, I hope you don't mind, but you should probably apologize.
And Pax stands up.
Make an intimidate check.
24.
Pretty good fucking intimidate check.
Woo!
Okay, so he's going to make a sense motive check against your intimidate check.
It's funny because my motive is please say no.
And I actually, it is impossible for him to beat that check.
Take that, facts and logic.
It is absolutely impossible. He only has no points in sense motive, and he only has a +3 in wisdom. So even if he rolled a 20, he would only roll a 23. So you have successfully intimidated him. He says, why? Why would I apologize? Why? I've done nothing wrong. All I did was make everybody upset or saying the truth.
It must be nice to be able to speak your truth. It would be a shame if that was taken from you.
We're just gonna use the last roll because it's the same conversation again.
It's effectively apologize or I'm gonna hit you. So.
I see your point. Apologizing will perhaps discredit what I have said and will therefore hurt me in the long run. But perhaps your logic and reason is alternatively truthful.
I love alternative facts.
Yeah.
So, sometimes the truth is just written by the strongest person in the room.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do.
Down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have effectively bullied your way into getting him to apologize. He has
the best way.
Violence isn't a great answer, but violence is an answer. So it's an effective one.
He says, all right, I'm willing to apologize, but only if you can convince Professor Muhali to make the 3 concessions that I demand.
Oh, boy.
1, cancel my academic suspension. 2, restore my access to the university's restricted collections. And 3, pardon the whole incident in my upcoming tenure review. If you do those things, I will make the apology.
I think we can talk to her. I don't think that's.
Yeah, let's go back to the other room.
Why don't you start penning that apology? We'll see what we can do.
So as you say that, like a quill comes up out of it, like floats out of the pen and starts writing in front of him on like a piece of parchment.
You know, we got... Never mind.
So you guys go back to the other room, where Professor Muhali is.
Now I know that under those papers somewhere there's like an old school typewriter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she says, that was fast. Did you give up?
Whoa,
And she's just
hey.
like, I think.
Just the opposite, actually.
What? How did you... Okay.
We have a Vesk.
Hi.
So he has
Hold on.
He has
Hold on.
a list of demands.
Did you threaten him?
Nobody touched
No.
him.
We didn't do it. I didn't say anything.
We didn't threaten him, but he definitely saw things from a different. He saw things from another perspective.
Yeah, in the battlefield of the mind and in the marketplace, the free market of ideas, we bested him.
Why are we terrible people?
Okay. He's gonna apologize?
He does have a list of demands. He has a list of demands, though. So
I think they're more like they're more like concessions.
concessions
because we need to. I think the thing that we're learning here is that compromise in the middle, ideologically, and also person to person. I mean, look at your offices; they're right next, they're right down the hall from each other. But I think a lot of this probably would have been, avoided had you been able to talk first person to person about this. But there are concessions that he would like.
What are the concessions?
forget this thing happened when reviewing his tenure. He wants access to the restricted section or something.
Yeah, things that he was locked out of.
He's on academic suspension, which means he can't
Yeah.
teach.
Oh yeah.
Lift his academic suspension. Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff.
It is a lot of stuff.
Zid, why don't you make a diplomacy check?
Beep boop boop beep pop.
It's pretty good.
Getting steadily worse though.
So she
I'm gonna do a lot
she
of
leans
diplomacy
back in
today.
her chair and she like rubs her temple tentacles, and
The tentacles come down and rub her temples.
yeah, they bend down and they go, and she finally says, "Fine, fine, fine. As long as he makes the apology, I will
Great.
do all of those things. But you get him to make that apology, and I'll work on the rest."
He was
wait.
writing it as we left.
Yeah, I think.
You good?
Yeah, hold on. I'm sorry. I have to read this real quick.
Good.
Well, I'm gonna go get my sword back from the door then.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we're gonna finish up these two interactions, and then that's the last thing we're gonna do. Shepard runs downstairs and gets your sword and puts it back and gives it back to you.
Oh, thank you, Shepard.
Yeah. He makes a very like R2D2 sound where it's just like as like a thank you. He doesn't actually speak. He just like he moves, and the way that he moves creates like a high pitched sound that mimics the syllables of thank you. So you guys finished that conversation, sort of like out of nowhere. Muhali, now that she realizes that he's going to apologize, and all she has to do is issue the apology and all that. She reaches in her desk and she gives you guys a little token. She says, I know that I told you that I was going to help you, but I'm also going to give you this. It's a Mark I Ring of Resistance. And she says, I'm never going to use it. You guys earned it. This was actually part of the grant equipment that he wanted and didn't make it to him. Funny. So you guys can have it. I really appreciate this. If you guys need anything, I am more than happy to help you. No problem. I just, now that this has been cleared off my plate, I am free to be. I you have no idea how helpful this is.
Cool.
Just glad we could help. Hopefully you'll be able to help us as much as we've helped you.
Because we've done a lot since we've been here.
So as you guys are sitting there talking, Alabean's 21-2 kind of floats into the room.
I'm
And
just
he-
imagining like kind of like side knocking on the door with his brain, like, "Hey guys."
Squish, squish. And he says,
Little old me. Just
Molly, I decided to apologize. And they kind of go back and forth a couple minutes, sort of rehashing the conversation that you guys already had. He makes his demands all over again, and she, like, fake doesn't give it to him, but then gives it to him. They go back and forth for a couple minutes, and the guy is also carrying a cred stick, and as he leaves to go make the final preparations for his apology video, he hands it to Pax, and he says, "Your methods are questionable. Your strength is unquestionable. Your effectiveness is unquestionable. I'm realizing now that if I had not met you, I may not have been able to save my space here. Here is a cut from my last tour of the what is it? From my last guest lecture circuit.
Mm.
I appreciate your assistance.
Thank you very much for your kindness and understanding.
How much is it?
It's 700 credits.
700 credits? All right.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Which is like a lot, right?
that seems like a lot.
That's quite a bit. Why were people paying this brain man that much?
Have you met Ben Shapiro?
That's
Fair. I used my data pad and said send 233 to Zib and Horatio.
Oh wow, thank you.
If he's
Boop, 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 boop.
Yep.
if Brain
I
Man
mean-
is Ben Shapiro, does that mean there's like a hot trad brain sister?
Wait, his
Nobody-
sister's that?
Yeah, Abby Shapiro.
Did you know that Brain Man's wife is a doctor?
Yes. Okay, so you guys. So now,
Sorry, you
It's not
Give us how
googling
many-
right now at all.
How many credits? I'm sorry.
233.
Thank you.
and as he leaves, he says, "If you need assistance with your deciphering of your ancient language, once I finish my apology, I will be more than happy to help you."
That would be
See?
greatly appreciated. Thank you.
We didn't kill anybody, and we might get more help.
Yet. And that is going to be where we end our session today. You guys, you managed to solve. Yeah, you guys crushed it. You managed to solve two problems in ways that I didn't really think were possible. But I guess as soon as Zib said that, oh, I'm going to impersonate someone, I'm like, this is going to be a shit show. And then I realized that there's like 3 lines that you have to say when you're dealing with like that kind of like thing that just like, oh yeah, they just say the thing and then it goes away.
No lie, I've been watching like a lot of the White House like press secretary recently.
Yeah.
And just watching her talk around coronavirus. So
Yeah, it's just like,
Bill Pulaski. Good job.
oh, you could just say nothing and
you could just talk in circles forever.
and people will just pretend like that was something because they get confused. So great job, and I didn't expect you guys to bully the Brain Man into agreeing with you, but I guess it's different when you have a Vesk. Bullying is always an option.
It is always
it
an
could be
option.
different.
So great job. You guys got your credits. You guys got your Mark 1 Ring of Protection. Next week, you will. Next week? We good next week?
Yeah, I'm good next week.
It'll be January 9th?
Wait, next week is MagFest. Is everyone going to be back by that point?
I'm canceled.
Oh, smart.
Going
Cool.
to my
Damn, you
guest.
got
Yeah,
canceled?
I
Damn.
got canceled to add on to all the other things we've said tonight. I've been canceled.
So I have
Twitter
this new
mob.
command. If anyone wants to follow any of these players on Twitter, there you go. That is all their Twitters. Thank you for watching. Players, thank you for playing Starfinder with me. We might be back next week for another episode. If not, we'll figure something out. I want to play Starfinder every week. Whether or not we do Dead Sundays is up to scheduling and the whims of the universe. But I'm trying to do it every week. So please come back next week. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. And I hope you guys all have a really great night. And I'm already mad at 2022. So goodbye.
When you're coming from the black, you want a place that reminds you of home. You want traditional foods like our Eoxians cadaver digits, fresh fried every cycle, or tacos made the Spathany way, flavored with real asteroid subs. With quality finding up for the syndicate, but at prices any corporate collar can afford. So after you dock, head over to the Eye. We're open all cycle, every cycle, ready to treat you like family, hive mind, or brood clutch. Spacies, you're gonna like the food you eat from the restaurant that I own.
Hey, thanks for watching Dead Sundays. Do me a solid and tell every single person you know about Starfinder and Dead Sundays. And make sure you catch us live on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern only on twitch.tv/Logar the Yogar. Thank you, OBS, for your service towards the streaming community. Please check out and donate to the OBS Project's Patreon. OBS is a free broadcasting software that I've been using for years and wouldn't want to use anything else. Thank you to Sirenscape, who allows us to use their dynamic sound generator to provide the background music and sound effects that you're hopefully enjoying right now. Sirenscape is a wonderful program with a ton of pre-crafted and IP-specific soundscapes available for a monthly subscription to make your tabletop games sound as epic as they play. Thank you to Roll20, a web-based tabletop RPG client allowing users around the world to play tabletop games together as if they were in the same room. Roll20 is a free-to-use service, but offers a low-cost monthly subscription option for extra tools that I use because I use Roll20 all the time. And thanks to Paizo for making Starfinder, for making Pathfinder, and for supporting the United Paizo workers.